Hi guys, we are now in chapter 9 of Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. So today we're going to be talking through a wandering mind. The verse that we're talking about today is 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. In the previous chapter, we stated that a mind too busy is abnormal. Another condition of the mind that is abnormal is for it to be wandering all over the place. An inability to concentrate indicates mental attack from the devil.
Many people have spent years allowing their minds to wander because they have never applied principles of discipline to their thought life.
Quite often, people who cannot seem to concentrate think they are mentally deficient. However, an inability to concentrate can be the result of years of letting the mind do whatever it wants to do. Symptoms of whatever it wants to do, whenever it wants to do it. A lack of concentration can also be a symptom of vitamin deficiency. Certain B vitamins enhance concentration. Therefore, if you have an inability to concentrate, ask yourself if you're eating right and are nutritionally sound.
Extreme fatigue can also affect concentration. I have found that when I am excessively tired, Satan will try to attack my mind because he knows it is more difficult to resist him during these times. The devil wants you and me to think that we are mentally deficient, so we will not attempt to do anything to cause him problems. He wants us to passively accept whatever lies he tells us.
One of our daughters had difficulty concentrating during her childhood years. Reading was difficult for her because concentration and comprehension go hand in hand. Many children and even some adults don't comprehend what they read. Their eyes scan the words on the page, but their minds do not really understand what is being read.
Often, a lack of comprehension is a result of a lack of concentration. I know that for myself, I can read a chapter in the Bible or a book and suddenly realize that I do not know what I have read at all. I can go back and read it again, and it all seems new to me because even though my eyes were scanning the words on the page, my mind had wandered off somewhere else because I did not stay focused on what I was doing. I failed to comprehend what I was reading.
Often, the real problem behind a lack of comprehension is a lack of attention caused by a wandering mind. Recently, Dave and I and a couple we were friends with in Utah were riding in the car together. Simultaneously, the other couple and I heard Dave say, "I bless myself." We laughed when we all realized that even though Dave had sneezed loudly, none of us consciously heard him because we had all gone somewhere else in our minds. I spoke up and said, "Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was in the office in St. Louis." The man in the back seat laughed and said, "I was in Florida taking care of some business." His wife laughed too and said, "I was in Dallas in my office handling a situation."
In a few moments of time, the three of us had all gone to another state mentally. It showed us how quickly the mind can wander from what is really happening where we are. We laughed because Dave had to bless himself since none of us were mentally there. It was funny, but it was also eye-opening to realize how we can lose awareness of what is happening around us by not focusing on the present.
That is true. All right, let's see what the questions are for this one. Can you read 1 Peter 1:13, maybe even in like the Amplified?
Yes, I have
Awesome.
AMPC up. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
So brace up your minds, be sober, circumspect, morally alert, set your hope wholly and unchangeably on the grace, divine favor that is coming to you when Christ Jesus, the Messiah, is revealed.
What does an inability to concentrate indicate? Well, I remember her saying that an inability to concentrate indicates that the devil is attacking. So I don't think it gets much more, involved than that. It's just a very, for her anyways, what she's explaining is that it's just cut and dry. So it indicates mental attack from the devil.
And extreme fatigue, if we're not sleeping good or any of that, he can have, we feel more excessively tired than Satan tries to attack our mind.
Yep.
Because it's easier for us to resist, I guess. I mean, harder for us to resist.
Yep.
Because we're tired.
And she had even mentioned lack of B vitamins, so maybe lacking, lacking certain nutrition. I guess that's what the next question is too. It says, what are some of the causes of an inability to concentrate? And so the inability to concentrate indicates that the devil's attacking, but it can be caused by a few things, like what we just like what we just talked about. So she says it can be caused by an undisciplined thought life, vitamin deficiency, and extreme fatigue. And there's more causes than that, I would say. Neurodivergence can also cause an inability to concentrate. But if we handle those things like the fatigue and the vitamin deficiency, it boosts that, and it makes it that much more possible to do it. So it makes sense. What is the difference between a lack of comprehension and a lack of concentration? Comprehension and a lack of concentration. Well, comprehension is whether you understand it or not. Concentration, it's just kind of going in one ear and out the other. So let's see what she says about that one. A lack of comprehension indicates a lack of understanding. A lack of concentration indicates an inability to focus. So I guess she's just saying, like, don't assume it's the devil attacking if you don't understand what someone's talking about, because that's a lack of comprehension. And it's different from a lack of concentration. So, all right, we'll see you on the next part of the chapter.